there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com here. This is match number 5 with our cross promotion with the Gathering Magic channel. This is for a playing on a budget deck that I built for Modern, which is going to be a Puresteel Paladin. We're going to keep this hand. This is wonderful. We have the Aether Grid, a Steelshaper's Gift, Viridian Longbow, the Sculptor. Yeah, this is a great hand. So we don't have the Puresteel or the Outfitter, but it's still a quick hand. We have a turn 2. I think we'll just turn 1 Steelshaper's Gift and then go get a Mortarpod. And then hopefully we can get one of our Puresteel Paladin or the Outfitter. So I'm just gonna Steelshaper's Gift right now. And then we grab Lightning Greaves is also pretty good here because we can protect. I don't think we want maybe even Paradise Mantle is fine. Basilisk Collar is great with the Viridian Longbow. But all of our 1-drops are basically free. I think that I might just grab the Mortarpod. Or I guess I do want a 1-drop. Because we can then cast it for free next turn. Well, let's go grab a Mortarpod. And then pass the turn. So Inkmoth Nexus, this looks like it's going to be Infect, which I think we just have to chuck down a Mortarpod next turn if he chucks out. Yeah, because we have to have a way to kill the Inkmoth Nexus. So, or possibly we would cast the Etherium Sculptor. This is going to be a tough matchup. We don't have the most control, no lightning bolts. On this build, you can go and check out the complete deck list over at GatheringMagic.com. I'll have the links in the description. But this build didn't run any paths or that kind of. All right, so he's definitely digging for stuff, trying to get enough cards in the bin for. Oh, wow. I think I still just. Go Etherium Sculptor here. Because this allows us to have a pretty decent turn next turn. But this is getting very scary. Infect on turn 3 is tough. Because we can Aether Grid, and that gives us 2 damage next turn for Inkmoth in response to things. But if he just activates the Inkmoth Nexus... Oh, he's not activating the Inkmoth Nexus, so it's just going to be a Necropede. So that's actually pretty good. I like that play. There's our Puresteel Paladin. We definitely will play it, I think, over the grid. And then that way we can Mortarpod and then kill the Necropede. Yeah, I think that's fine, because this gives us blockers. Other than we have to worry about the Inkmoth Nexus. But this also allows us to equip for free after I play the Mortarpod. And hopefully draw into another 1-drop. It's going to be a Trinket Mage. So I'm going to equip to the Sculptor. And that gives us 2 ways to deal with the Necropede. No, I still think that I just kill it off. Yeah, I'm going to attempt to kill it off here. That way he's got to use a way to protect it right now. And he can put a -1/-1 counter on my Sculptor survives, though, so it's fine. And we'll equip onto our Sculptor. And, uh-oh. He'll Piracy Charm. Before that can happen. And then I can't equip onto my Puresteel, so... yeah, that was a little bit rough. Now I don't have Metalcraft, so he can come in with the Ink Moth this turn with the Become Immense, and he still doesn't have the mana though for something else. Yeah, we really have to just worry about Become Immense and dropping a few more lands to activate his Ink Moth Nexus. The grid next turn will be okay. I think this Trinket Mage is better. Trinket Mage for Basilisk Collar. But let's see if he's got Become Immense and something else here. Just me of Vines. So we're going to take 5. And I'm definitely going to get a Basilisk Collar with the Trinket Mage. And well, let's get a regular island. And we can Trinket Mage for... yeah, the Basilisk Collar does force me to... I can't use a Steelshaper's Gift. See, I think Steelshaper's Gift and... no, that won't work. So just Trinket Mage for Basilisk Collar. And then we'll equip the Longbow on the Puresteel Paladin. And then the Basilisk Collar as well on the Puresteel. And then the Mortarpod on the Trinket Mage. And then we'll pass the turn. And now we've got a decent plan for the Ink Moth. See, he's got to have another Vines in his hand. And we'll make him pump. Yeah, I'll take the Infect damage, that's fine. And then end here, we will kill off the Ink Moth Nexus. And then force out a pump here. And then yeah, there's a Groundswell's not going to do it, though. I don't think he realizes it has Death Touch, so we just kill it. Yeah, that was terrible. Alright, that works. He should have done it the other way around. Well, it wouldn't have mattered. I still would have killed it. And I think we're good now. I think we'll be going on to game number 2. I don't think he has any way he can come back from this. We have a Stonehaver Outfitter. This is great. I think that we can just win here with the grid. So we attack him with the Puresteel Paladin. We can Flayer Husk here and equip for free. Mortarpod on the Germ. I guess we're off. So I thought I had enough here. That's 3 though, so we're off 1. He's down to 2. And I don't think there's anything hasty that he can actually do in 1 turn. Yeah, there we go. And then onto the sideboard here. The Echoing Truths are actually pretty good, because when he tries to pump up a lot of things, I can truth him. I kind of will definitely bring in like Dismembers, like anything to take care of his. Wear Tear's not bad because it can kill both the whenever it becomes a target of a spell, it gets the +3/+3, and it can also kill Inkmoth Nexuses. And I think that we try to go, and we know he's playing Necropedes, so I think that we do go as many Wear Tears as possible. Relic is also decent. The cards I don't know about Myr Retriever. I think Myr Retriever just gets too slow. And same thing with like Retract. I don't think I'm going to put in Retracts. How you want to shut down Infect is you want to go in the control route. Hangarbacks are very weird versus this deck. I think we take Hangarbacks out. Other than when they do die, they become flyers that do help us against the Inkmoth Nexus. But I'm still under the impression that what we want to do in this matchup is control, 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 and bring in as much control as possible. And so I am going to keep in like Lightning Greaves, and we don't need the Lifestaff though. We'll take out the Lifestaff and probably take out 1 Trinket Mage. And I think that everything else, we could go for a Hangarback Walker over another Trinket Mage, but this Trinket Mage can go get us the Basilisk Collar, and we do want the Death Touch. But Echoing Truths are fine. Paradise Mantle actually might be a little bit weird in this deck. We could bring in another either Trinket Mage. But yeah, because this is more of like the combo piece to be able to use all of your cards to generate mana if you have a Lightning Greaves out. And I'm not sure if that's going to actually work. Would I rather just have another Trinket Mage to get us there? I'm going to keep this. Alright, I do believe we keep this. Anything with the Aether Grid is fine. Our opponent Snap kept his hand though, so he starts off with an Inkmoth. So I want to get Mortarpod as quickly as possible, so I think that's the right play, is to Seachrome Coast and just Mortarpod. Steelshaper's Gift is what I'm trying to say here. So, or we just no, you know what? I think I can go Flayer Husk. And next turn we can Basilisk Collar and Steelshaper, or just keep up the wear to take out an Inkmoth if he activates it. There's a Pendelhaven. And And there's the Glistener Elf, so I do need a Mortarpod next turn. There's Viridian Longbow. I know, we can actually block the Glistener Elf. I think we Steelshaper's Gift here. And then get a Mortarpod. And then we'll Basilisk Collar. So, pass the turn here. Now we have a blocker for the Glistener Elf. And now I'll force out the Pendelhaven. But I still think it's going to be Grid next turn, because that gives us a way to kill the Glistener Elf. Yeah, because it's going to force out the Pendelhaven. All right, I think this is perfect, because then we just throw out the Grid. I don't know if we go Puresteel here. Puresteel makes this actually very interesting. I don't have a way to give it haste, though. And we wouldn't be able to cast. Yeah, so it's just Grid this turn, I believe. And I'll go grab the Sacred Foundry. And we're just going to do it right now. Oh, that actually killed it. Awesome. So Glistener Elf is dead. We have the Aether Grid out, which can take care of an Inkmoth Nexus. I think he just activates Inkmoth Nexus, pumps it up, and he hits in for 3 Infect, or 2 Infect. I think that'd be the smart play. Nature's Claim, okay, that works too. And now you can tap the Inkmoth. But we do have the Wear Tear for the Inkmoth Nexus. And if we draw into a land, we have a Mortarpod as well. Not that land, though. So, I don't know. Maybe we do just go Puresteel. There's a Plains. Unfortunately, we don't have haste on this. So he needs to kill me this next turn. And Inkmoth's hard to do the 9-point swing with. He'll need a land. Or a bunch of mutagenic growths. Can't quite become immense. Wow. Alright, so he left back everything. So Needle Spires. Can't quite play the Needle Spires because we need the Wear Tear up. Yes, we can. Actually, we can. We can Needle Spires here. So Mortarpod. I guess I should have waited because we could have got another 1-drop off this draw. I'm not going to play the Puresteel. I don't think that I equipped the Basilisk Collar over to the Germ either. I think we just pass turn here. So he's just going to pass the turn. And we'll do a damage. We can safely throw out this other Puresteel. And we can actually even safely do another Puresteel. But still, yeah, I really can't do much else to... I think we just pass it. So we need to draw another equipment, and we draw a ton of cards. We still have the wear that can get through what our opponent's trying to do. He's just going to pass. He's going to try to play as patient as possible. And then he'll have to discard here. And there's a Paradise Mantle. This one's huge because it draws us 3 cards. Not a lot of cards I liked there, though. We can Trinket Mage. And then go and get just a Flayer Husk, I think. And then Etherium Sculptor. This allows us to have mana up, yeah, for both. And just draw a ton of cards here. And now we have Dismember and Wear Tear Mana up. So I don't think our life total matters that much. So let's Flooded Strand. And just grab a basic Plains is fine. Let's see. I think the smart move here is just attacking with the... Summoning Sickness, Summoning Sickness, Summoning Sickness. So we can actually equip the Paradise Mantle on these 2 Puresteels and then play another Puresteel. And then pass. This is going to be very hard for my opponent, though. Guess I should have equipped the Paradise Mantle on this Puresteel as well, but there's not a lot he can do here with 4 removal spells in our hand. He's going to use a Serum Visions, but that takes away one of his greens for Become Immense and Pendelhaven. And he's just going to pass. So this is all pretty much over. And a turn here we can do another damage. And then didn't draw into an equipment, but I think we just equipped the Needle Spires. Let's see how much mana we can actually generate here. So Needle Spires requires 4 to activate. And we'll still have the red. Activate the Needle Spider. She just gives up here because he can't really block. So end up going, I think that we end up only going 3 and 2, or 2 and 3 with the deck. You can go see the videos over at gatheringmagic.com, but it was a fun deck. The Infect had pretty bad hands there, both game 1 and game 2. Game 1 wasn't terrible. but he needed some better ways to protect. He'd misplayed too on game 1, but game number 2, I don't know, he kept a hand with the greedy. That was a pretty greedy hand to keep if he didn't have any game plan. I mean, that's Infect for you. The deck has some very awkward hands. That's why I can't stand the deck. I think it's one of, if I was, just for personal reasons, if I could ban a deck, it would definitely be Infect, because that's how much I hate the damn deck. Part of my hatred is because my my co-owner of Gone Rogue Games, Zach, he plays Infect pretty religiously. I mean, every Modern tournament. And I'm just sick of losing to turn 2 Glistener Elf with the, the God hands. And it's just, it's even though I have such a great win percentage versus him, and usually with the decks that I play, Infect is not a problem. Soul Sister adds Celestial Flare, and Path to Exile. My Skred Red deck has 8 mainboarded, like between Skreds and Lightning Bolts to just take care of it. It's just so obnoxious to lose to a turn 2 Glistener Elf. And or to just a high variance deck. I'm not a big fan of these high variance decks like Goryo's Vengeance or Infect, or all of them that can have these really explosive turn 2 kills but have the most awkward hands that you just win games like this last game. I almost felt like I didn't even play Magic there. That my opponent, I won because my opponent just didn't do anything. I could have won with a draft deck. I don't like playing against those type of matchups. So anyway, go check out the videos over at GatheringMagic.com. I think that it ended up being a $250 budget is what I set for this week's Modern. If you have an idea for playing on a budget or just a Rogues Alley, you can always shoot me an email at roguedeckbuilder@gmail.com. I try to answer questions and inquiries on Sundays, so sometimes if I don't get to your emails, I get so many messages. Now with just the many different social media accounts that I have, it's very hard for me to keep up with all the messages. So if I don't get back to you in a timely fashion, know that I probably checked the email and it's on my to-do list. Anyway, this has been Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.